Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the BNT podcast. I am Tamana, and today we have an episode with just me. Ha! I'm kidding. But Braith's in a little bit of a different location today. Braith, where are you?
I'm up in Harrington, lads. So I'm up camping at the moment. I'll just give you a little tour of where I am at the moment. I'm up in this little games room here. Got a few games. Excuse the background noises. We also got beautiful Harrington out there. It's looking very nice. Got the water bottle as the tripod. Yeah, just chilling. How are you been, Tamana?
I've been great, mate. I've been great. Enjoying the holidays. And it looks like you have been enjoying the holidays as well, my boy.
Yeah, it's been very fun actually. I had some very nice days. Had a day where it was storming, but other than that, it's been great.
Yeah.
So I just want to kick things off with a story time. Yesterday, we made plans to go to this waterfall that was like a hour or so drive, and we we're following the Google Maps. All was well. Far out, guys. Honestly.
What?
All right, so
Okay.
I'm just gonna let you in on something. All right. So this minion game right here. This minion game right there will go off at any time, and it just decided to go off. I just had to sort out the minions. But look, what I was saying is we went to go to this waterfall, and it was about an hour or so drive. We were following the maps, all was well. And then we're going up this long driveway, going to through some water and shit like that. And my dad was like, this looks sketchy as, this doesn't look right. We get all the way to the top, and it's some lady's house with an electrical fence. And we're like, oh shit, we've obviously gone the wrong way. We went to reverse back out because we couldn't turn around. It was like a skinny little driveway thing. And then she screamed down with like, oh, I'll let you in. And then we're like, oh shit, maybe she'll tell us where to go. Funny enough, she knew. She was like, oh, you going to the waterfall? We're like, yeah, we are. So obviously she gets heaps of people coming up here because that's where Google Maps takes them. She told us where to go. She was like, the roads might be closed, but because on weekdays it's closed. So we're like, yeah, nah, we'll still go anyway. We came all this way. So then we go another 20-minute drive, follow the directions she told us, and the road was closed. Went all that way, and the road was closed. So we just had to head on back, and basically our day was kind of ruined, I guess.
Well, that's quite unfortunate, man.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, we had to go shopping anyway, get a few groceries and things like that, and looked around the shops. Went local town, so it wasn't too bad. I mean, we did the best we could on a shit day, I guess. But yeah, I thought I'd start it off with a little bit of a story time. I guess don't go to the waterfall on a weekday because it's closed.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, I guess that's what you get sometimes. It just happens.
Exactly. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
What do you got for us, Tamana, this week? You got anything you want to talk about?
Look, this week I think I've got a decent amount of Smart Sport recap, but we're going to save that for later. Okay. I'd just like to talk about. I mean, I know this could come under sport, but the new FIFA has been released. Released for early access yesterday. Personally, I'm very much enjoying the game. It's a little bit fresh, a little bit different from the older FIFAs. I know it's the same game every year basically, and you're right, it's still the same game, but it's a little bit freshened up, a little bit freshened up. We talked about Sam Kerr and Mbappe being on the front cover this year, and yep, that was official. Came out, all good there. One thing I did want to say actually is I wanted to talk about a leak that I might have seen. But it was basically coming out of EA's developers, and it was a long article from someone who used to work for EA, basically saying that the reason FIFA is the same game every year is because ever since FIFA 10, they've been building up on the exact same code, the same source, same everything. They've just been adding layers and layers of code on top of that, which for people that don't know what it means, I mean, it's no biggie, but basically what it means is they're having troubles changing the game. So basically, what they said at the end of the announcement is over the next few years, expect big changes because they're going to be resetting the code. Because half the people that worked on the original code, the code that's still in the game now, doesn't even work for EA anymore, and that's why they're having problems. They're expanding the game. But yeah, that was just a little quick thing that I saw on FIFA. What else you got for us, Braith?
Yeah, well, I've got a few things. I'd like to mention something that probably could go on the sports recap, but like we always say, the Tomato Sport recap, no one really watches it. So I'm going to say it at the start of the potty so everyone listens in and everyone listens to it. Just before I left, I was at the court, a few of the boys, and I'd like to mention that I beat Wyatt in a 1v1 in basketball. He absolutely got destroyed. I even ate shit and skidded on the concrete and was limping, and I still even beat him. So he even beat a crippled, which is very sad. What are your thoughts on that, Tamana?
Well, first of all, good job, Braith. Great work.
Thank you, thank you.
As we can tell, Braith is very much a baller. Very much so.
Yeah, exactly. They don't call me Kobe Bryant for no reason, honestly. I've been shooting threes all day. I'm like the defense king, they say, on the court. Yeah, it's just a few names I throw around. I mean, Paddy Mills, they don't call me that for no reason. I'm just pretty good.
Yeah.
Look, we're gonna ignore the fact I lost versus Wyatt round 2, but we'll get into some music, shall we? YXAN, good mate of mine. New song, Calling Me. I think that's what it's called anyway. So yeah, boy YXAN, new song, sampled song in the beat as well. It was pretty sick. We'll put it in the outro song if Tamana can do that because I'm not editing this one. Because if you haven't noticed, I've actually been editing the past like 3 or 4 episodes. So I've been practicing my editing. Tamana obviously believed in me to edit them. So yeah, it's really good to see. But yeah, YXAN, new song, as well as another up and coming artist, X Harlow, Party Out the Back remix with Big Kid. I thought also came out. A lot of up and coming artists that a lot of people won't know, but if you want to check them out, they'll be on the screen in the description somewhere. But yeah, what are your thoughts on YXAN, Samana, just in general?
Well, what did you say the song was called?
Calling Me.
Oh, YXAN better be calling me. That's what I'm thinking of it.
Oh,
That's what I'm thinking of it.
bro, YXAN's calling me. He's like, bro, get on the track. And I'm like, man, bro, I'm too busy. Too busy with the B&T. And he's, bro,
Yeah.
I just can't get him off my phone, man. I swear.
YXAN be hitting my boy Braithy up all day.
Bro, I mean, YXAN, if you're watching this, you want to come on the potty? I mean, bro, the opportunity's there anyway.
Yeah, the office. There.
I mean, YXAN, my boy. Let's make it happen, honestly. But enough about YXAN. Come on, everyone knows I love YXAN, man. But let's dive into the Sidemen Charity match.
No, we're not diving into the Sidemen Charity match, you twat. We have something else to do before the sport recap, buddy.
Well, I thought okay. Anyway, look, we're having beef live on air. That's how we roll. We're unprofessional like that.
Yeah.
All right, I almost forgot.
Yeah, you almost forgot. Jesus Christ. Sorry, I'm sorry to say, man. Someone put their heart and soul into this, and you just forgot. I can't believe you.
Okay, sorry. All right, we have a brand new segment, the love segment with Blake Hancock. Roll the intro.
How we going this week, lads? Mate, I'm currently getting ready to go down to the Denny Ute Muster. Fucking cleaning up the ute. Fucking, she should go alright, get with all the fat bitches down there. Anyway, I'll let you know how that goes next week. Lads, I'd like to give a bit of love to all the fellas in the live chat supporting the potty. Bit of love out to them this week. Also, Bath and Burner. Don't think they're listeners, but send them an email, give them a bit of love. All their hard work with the podcast and commentary this season. Fucking, yeah, I couldn't be fucked doing it, to be honest with you. The podcast and shit. So yeah, shout out to them. And lads, I'm a bit disappointed with your hype on McLean coming back. There wasn't enough hype in that, personally, but so, Macca, if you're listening, big fella, fucking welcome back. Fucking, we'll sink a few tins next footy season. Alright, fellas, stay out of each other, have fun.
All right. Well, thanks for that beautiful message there, Blake. A good introduction to the brand new love segment that'll happen every week before the sport recap. What were your thoughts on that beautiful message from Blake there?
Look, some wise words from Blake. Honestly, I think Blake's spot on. I don't think there wasn't enough hype about Macca's return. And you know, I don't know what he was blabbling on about at the start, but it sounded inspirational. Honestly,
He was actually talking about going to the Ute Muster. He was going to see Nolsey Angels. It was like a couple-day event thing. Who knows? He's enjoying his time there at the moment. By the time this episode comes out, he'll be enjoying his time. He'll tell us about that next week. But yeah, it was a great first love segment for the B&T. So let's get into the sport recap, shall we, Tamana?
all right. Let's get into this Tamana Sport recap. Are you ready, Braith?
Yeah, everyone's favourite. Let's go. I'm keen.
Yeah, I'm keen. Everyone's favorite sport recap. Now, I'm just going to make it nice and short this week, honestly. I mean, I know the sport recap's just a filler, and I mean, right now I'm just talking, just to add time to the B&T podcast, so we can get this to a 20-minute episode. But anyway, what I would like to say is today the sport recap is solely going to be focused on the Sidemen Charity match that took place a couple of nights ago, where we saw we saw an amazing game for not only the Sidemen and the YouTube All Stars, but all of football. Honestly, that was a pivotal game in football. Okay,
It was.
yeah, the game finished 8-7 in the way of Sidemen FC. Now, unlucky loss for the YouTube All Stars, but you know what? No one won that night. The only people that won that night was football. Football won that night. We got a great amount of entertainment. One of the most entertaining games I've ever watched. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take through a live kind of ticker of what happened for anyone that may have missed it, and then we're going to go over a little bit of reactions. So the game started off, pretty strongly, I'd like to say, because in the first half, just the first half, there was loads of goals. 6 minutes in, Chunks, doing Chunks-esque things. Chunks decided to unleash an absolute belter into the top left of the of the goal to make the score 1-0. Assisted by Noah Beck. It was just an easy pass. Chunks just found a little bit of space and bang, smashed it in. Already, first goal of the game. It was a really good contender. The next goal, 9 minutes into the game, was from Mr. Nico for the YouTube All Stars again to go up 2-0. It was assisted by Young Philly, who was a player of the game contender. It was a simple finish for Nico. He was played in. It was actually funny. Someone got that goal on. Someone ran onto the pitch and got that goal on camera. I don't know if it was planned, but a pitch invader ran onto the pitch, and just as Nico scored, they got it all on camera from right behind him. Nico even went in to celebrate with him. What a lad! What a lad! Then 12 minutes in, Sidemen pulled one back. In the form of Mr. Vicstar, a cool, calm finish against Cal the Dragon, bottom left-hand corner. Young Philly was actually seen there celebrating with their team, even though he's not on their team. So I'm not sure what's going on there, Mr. Young Philly. Not sure what's going on. And to make it 2-2, not only Mr. Toe Jizzle scored right-footed shot from the center of the box, hit it straight top corner, beauty. Absolute beauty. 26 minutes in, YouTube All Stars pull off in front yet again from probably the goal of the game from Mr. Young Philly. Absolute tight angle. He's somehow squeezed it in. It looked unsavable. Pieface was baffled. He didn't know what hit him. It was a Premier League esque strike. People, wouldn't see that shit in the Premier League, but Young Philly pulled it out of nowhere to put YouTube All Stars ahead. And then Miniminter, one of the player of the game contenders again. Well, probably the player of the game. I mean, you can't argue with it. But he got his first goal 32 minutes in. A decent goal. 41 minutes in, YouTube All Stars pulled in front yet again. Now you might be noticing a trend, but in the first half, Sidemen were not in front at all. So and it was just from Mr. Baker. It was assisted by Nolbeck. It was a decent, outside the box right-footed shot from Baker. The commentators were hyping him up. I didn't know what he was all about, and he showed us. He definitely showed us. At the start of the second half, Mr. Tobe Jizzle made it 4-4 for the Sidemen. And then just after that, Castro put the YouTube All-Stars back ahead with a fantastic celebration, revealing his shirt that basically described his mother beating cancer. That was in the 51st minute. Then in the 67th minute, to make it 5-5, Miniminter, right-footed shot from outside the box, center of the goal. Cal the Dragon, mate. There was memes about his controller disconnecting, and honestly, he deserved it. Like, what is he doing? What is Cal the Drag doing in there? Like, come on, man. Come on. Okay, 73rd minute, YouTube All-Stars pull one back in the form of Mr. Nico. Decent finish from Nico. He's done well. After that, 81st minute, we're coming to the end of the game here, and it's 6-7. YouTube All Stars pull ahead again from Mr. Winnie, the GoPro man himself, strapped to his chest. He got all of his footage for the day, all in one goal. 86 minutes in, Sidemen pull one back from a header from Manny. What must I say? What a goal! The two brothers, link up outside the foot cross from Tobe Jizzle, straight under the head of Manny. He's not missing that. And to seal the deal, Sidemen winning 8-7. In the 88th minute, Mr. Mini Mentor himself scored an absolute banger from 40 yards, 30, probably I'd say 40 yards out. And yeah, Cal the Dragon caught lacking again. He blamed his defenders, but come on, Cal, you're gonna need to do better than that. Well, that was just a brief recap of the Sidemen Charity match. Now, before we wrap up the Toronto Sport recap, I'm just going to go through the player ratings and individual performances from from the team, and I'm also going to get Braith's opinion on some of these guys. Okay, you still here, Braith? Are you awake?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm chilling. It was great. Commentating from you, talking about the whole game itself and everything. Yeah, it's good to hear.
Yep. All right. Well, we're gonna dive into the just each player. I might worry about the bench actually. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, some people on the bench deserve it. They deserve it. All right. So we're gonna start with Sidemen FC, the winners of the match. In sticks, we got Mr. Pieface himself. Now he was awarded with a 3.2 match rating. What do you think of that, Braith? I think how do you think Pieface played?
Look, I reckon he played great. He played, honestly, a lot better than Carl the Dragon. Actually dived for the ball, even though obviously the ball went in the goals, but at least he dived and didn't just stand there and let it go in. I reckon he deserves a better rating, to be honest.
I agree, honestly. I think he deserves a better rating than 3.2.
Yeah, he played awesome, honestly. I'd love to see him actually playing some more charity matches, not just the Sideman match, just other charity matches and games, and see him perform and get better. Because honestly, I reckon he could be a top goalie.
Yeah, of course, Pieface, crazy player. Yeah, one of the only keepers that can concede 7 goals and still win the game. Like that's all.
Exactly.
That's all to say. Mr. Zerka, Got a 4.8 match rating. I think he deserved that. Didn't see him really throughout the whole game. He didn't make an impact. Barely
Yeah.
played, nothing crazy. Mr. Brody Shaw, one of the fan favorites. He got a 5.7, which is just below average. He actually bagged himself an assist during this game as well. What are your thoughts on that?
Look, Rhoda Shaw, my favourite Sidemen. Chelsea fan as well. You love to see it. Getting an assist. It's great from him, and yeah, well deserved rating, I reckon.
I agree. Bazinga, 5.4. Didn't really see him again. I don't think we need to explain that. Calfreezy, 5.3. Again, didn't make an impact. Mr. Goal scorer and assister himself, Mr. Tobe Jizzle, scored himself a 9.6 rating. That was deserved. 2 goals, 1 assist. Great performance from Mr. Tobe Jizzle. What are your thoughts?
Look, well deserved. Toby, he's a great player. Toby and Manny, both brothers, are great players, and look, well deserved. He's probably one of the best on the pitch, I reckon.
I have to agree. Yep. As you said, Toby and Manny, the link-up play was insane. His 1 assist was absolutely brilliant. Outside the foot cross, couldn't ask more from him. Now, the traitor, Mr. Chris MD, scoring against his former side, scoring himself an 8.7 as well. What are your thoughts on Chris MD and how he went?
He went all right. Like he's had better moments, I reckon. But he did better than a lot of players, and he really did his best he could out in the pitch. But yeah, he did all right.
Yeah, I agree. Next to him in the midfield, we had Mr. KSI scoring a 7.5, the captain of the Sidemen. What are your thoughts on his score? I mean, he didn't contribute to any. Well, I mean, obviously he contributed to the side, but he didn't really make any large contributions.
Nah, he didn't. He didn't really do an awful lot. I reckon he could have got a lower rating. Feel like he only got that rating because he's KSI.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, he's not too good of a player. Really, he's got nothing special.
Yeah, I think he could have done better. Everyone expected more from him as well.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. Now, the one of the Yanks, as I said, one of the Americans coming over, flying out for the Sidemen Charity match, playing on Sidemen FC, surprisingly. Mr. Beast scored himself a 6.4 rating. What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on his performance?
Not bad. I mean, I didn't really see too much from him, but to get that, I mean, yeah, he did all right considering I don't really think I've ever seen him play. Play football, soccer. I've never really seen him. I think this was like his first time, and look, he did great.
Yeah. I have to agree. Yeah. Now we have Mr. Vicstar123, the only player with 3 numbers on his jersey. Had to get a goal, 7.3 match rating. I don't think he played bad, but he probably could have done better. What are your thoughts?
Look, I reckon he played great. Obviously, yeah, he probably could have done better. But I mean, to score a goal, I mean, for Vicstar, that's bloody great. Vicstar's, not the best of players, but look, he played great on the field. I reckon well deserved a goal as well. Yeah,
Yep.
Good on you, Vicstar.
Yep. And according to Top Football Mob, number 7, Mr. Mini Minter, scored a 10.0 match rating, taking away the rating player of the match, at least not the actual player of the match, but just who got the most stats, best, whatever. I don't know. Don't want to explain it. But 3 assists, 3 goals for Mini Minter, 10 match rating. Amazing performance, mate. 100% deserves it. Yeah.
100%. He did great. It was, like I said, he's probably one of the best. Him and Toby, Toby and Manny just up on the field, 3 assists, 3 goals. It's really good to see. Yeah, he was really up there attacking, doing all sorts on the pitch. So yeah, it was good to see him play.
Yeah, it was good to see him play. Now, on to the YouTube All-Stars. Actually, no, hold on. We're going to go into Sidemen Bench. I think that's more fitting. So we just have Calix 6.2 rating, didn't contribute too much. Carl, I actually don't. For an American who, I mean, he said he had some experience before the game. I think Carl played. He got a 6.5 match rating. I don't think he played bad. Actually, I think he played all right. He didn't do. He could have done worse. 6.4 rating for Mr. Laserbeam himself. Touched the ball like 4 or 5 times. Not much to say there. Manny, 9.1 rating on the bench. A goal and an assist coming on. Great player. Linked up with his brother. It's good to see. Mr. Randolph, 6.2, didn't affect the game at all, I don't think. And Mr. JME, 7.4 rating. I actually think JME played all right. I think he deserved that 7.4 rating.
Yeah, 100%. I reckon he played pretty decent for a rapper. I mean, he's played before, and yeah, he did great.
Yeah. All right, for the YouTube All-Stars, let's go through this nice and fast. My number 69, best number on the field. Nico, scoring 2 goals, 8.5 match rating. What do you think of that?
Look, Nico, whatever how you say it, he played great. Honestly, got to love him in the hater squad and all that. Look, played great. I reckon he was one of the best on the field for the YouTube All Stars, and really put on a show for everyone in the stands watching, and everyone watching online. It was great.
I agree. Now moving on to into the midfield section, all of their attacking wide players, should I say? Mr. Castro starting 7.3 rating, scored a goal, great goal from a great team build up. What are your thoughts on Castro's performance?
Castro, gotta love the man. Taking off his shirt, having the single that says "My mum beat cancer." Look, it was really heartwarming. Brought a tear to my eye. That is literally my background at the moment. Just that celebration. It honestly is really good to see, and I'm really glad he got to score a goal for his mum there. And it's really good to see.
Yeah, I have to agree. He deserved that goal, definitely. Mr. Chunks, number 21, 9.0 match rating with a absolute screamer of a goal and an assist. I think he demonstrated an amazing midfield trio. He dropped back into the midfield. He linked up well with the entire team. He was pulling strings at one point. He was controlling the game. 9.0, he deserved a 9.0 match rating. Probably, now that I look at it, probably the best player on the YouTube All Stars team. Maybe bar yeah. No, honestly, I can't get past Mr. Harry Pinero, but we'll talk about him later. But in the midfield, definitely one of the key players. What are your thoughts on Chunks' performance?
Chunks' performance was great, 100%. One of the best players, if not the best, on the YouTube All Stars side. I mean, his goal was just cracker. His goal was crazy. It was just, really good to see. He had a great performance.
Yeah, for sure. Now, with a 6.0 rating, number 7. I wonder where he got that from. Mr. iShowSpeed. Controversial performance from Mr. iShowSpeed. You know what? I actually don't think he played too bad. I think
he didn't play that bad.
I think Speed, for for a player like him, I think he played all right. He showed energy. 16 seconds in, demolishes KSI from a tackle. Celebrates like he's won the World Cup. He's a Brexit player. Love to see him, honestly. I love to see him play more. He scored that goal. Unfortunately, it was offside. If it was on the side, he would have gone crazy. But he still hit the Sioux. I feel like everything he wanted happened, but just not in the right way.
I feel like they should have just allowed that goal just because it's Speed. Like, he was miles offside. We all knew that. But I reckon just for the logs. Because if they allowed that goal, it would have been a completely different game.
Yeah, it would have gone to penalties.
It would have had it. Yeah, exactly. So I reckon they should have done that just for Speed's sake, honestly. Because he took his shirt off and he whipped the ref.
Yeah, and he did get a yellow card for that.
Yeah, but I reckon they should have allowed it, honestly. Would have made the game more interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Now into their midfield, we have Philly and Noah Beck. Philly with a 7.1, Beck with a 8.2. Both of them combined have 3 assists and 1 goal. Philly scored and got an assist. Noah Beck got 2 assists. Philly, probably goal of the match contender right there. Great player, honestly. He really turned up playing for the Sidemen Charity match. I'm pretty sure he's played Soccer Aid before. I don't know if he did very well. Noah Beck, hidden ball. Well, not really hidden. He's a high key baller now. Everyone knows he can play. And he showed it. I think he played really well. I think both of those, that midfield duo, I think they played great.
Yeah, they both played really well, honestly. Noah Beck with the 2 assists. I mean, look, to be a good player, you don't have to be the one scoring all the goals. Like, I mean, when I play myself, I more, assist the goals instead of scoring them, and look, that's what he did. And, you don't need to be the goal scorer to be the best on the team. I feel like he did great.
Yeah, exactly. I have to agree. I agree. Now, Mr. Aison Gibbs, 3.1 rating, probably the worst rated player on the field other than, well, we'll talk about him later. But yeah, 3.1 rating. I don't know. I mean, I didn't really see much from him, but he didn't play very well, honestly. Now, Mr. Baker, Mr. Baker himself, number 14, an assist and a goal, a pretty good goal. The way we'll talk more about this later, but the way that him and Harry Pinero played, they're playing. They're dropping in. They're coming into the midfield. Just great to see, honestly. Like, great attacking play from a halfback, like even the wing backs. I mean, look, they didn't really get they didn't get involved, but like Baker and Pinero, they would get forward when they want to. That's what I'd love to see about that game. Yeah, and as we said, Pinero. I think Pinero's been robbed here. Honestly, he only got a 5.9 match rating. He was definitely the best defender on that field today, or that field then, and there was no doubt about that. He was everywhere. He got taken off because he didn't have conditioning. I think he could, he could actually make it somewhere as a defender if he was to condition himself properly.
100% agree. Honestly, reckon he should have got a better rating. He was actually, one of the best defenders.
The only thing I have to say is they can't give him a good rating when he concedes 8 goals.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But you know what? I mean, it's not just the defenders. The defenders can do their best, but it's also up to the keeper to not just stand there and let it go past.
Yeah.
He's got to chuck in their batteries and reconnect his controller, because Cal was just bloody standing there like his controller disconnected, bud.
Yeah, I agree.
Bud was doing the mannequin challenge, bro. Like, this ain't no TikTok.
Yeah. All right. We have Mr. Winnie scoring a goal for his his footage, whatever. He had a GoPro strapped to his chest, scoring a goal. Decent goal. I mean, it was a bit scrappy, but whatever. 6.8 match rating. Good to see from him. Moving into the bench of the YouTube All Stars, we have George Not Found, rating of 5.6. I don't think he played great. Chandler 6.3, another American guy, with the Mr. Beast crew. Good. I bet probably the best player that came off the bench. Danny Aaron's 6.0, I don't think he played very well. Deji, I don't actually think he played well at all. 5.6 rating. Chris, you know what? I didn't actually even notice Chris was on the field. 6.4 match rating for Chris. I didn't know. Maybe I just zoned out when he came on, but I didn't notice Chris was on the field. Wow.
Me neither, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, just did not see him at all.
Yeah. That's interesting now that I'm looking at it. Yep. So that almost finishes up our wrap up. I think we've actually missed one of the players, which should have been talked about a little bit more. But he is one of our main topics. Cal the Dragon. Cal the Dragon. No. 2.5 match rating. What is?
That's sad. That is sad.
Come on, man.
The lowest rating. Come on.
From a man that quoted he would be going professional, becoming a professional keeper by 2024, 2025. I don't know what how he's conceded goals like that, bro. Like, what is this? But like, how is he conceding goals like that? It's like his controller disconnected.
He only had one good save, and that was like in the last 5-10 minutes of the game.
And the last
10
minutes of the game.
Yeah, there was just no point. You've already conceded.
There were little glimpses of what could have been, but he just overall just played shite.
He was playing the still game, the mannequin challenge. Honestly, just I can't be fucked.
Yeah.
And after the game, he put in his story that he's going to quit. And I don't, he's going to quit for a long time, which I don't blame him. After that shocking performance, getting the lowest rating out of anyone on both teams, it's pretty sad. He probably thought it was easy because, he versed garden gnomes in his backyard. But, on an actual pitch, it's different. You got to actually, try harder and actually dive for it, not stand there.
Yeah, turns out it's not. Now, before we finish this Tomorrow's Sport recap, I just want to give a big shout out to Mr. Mark Goldbridge. Oh boy, he performed as a coach. As I said with Harry Pinero and Mr. Baker. This is what we like to call Goldbridge ball. I think he came into the game with the right mentality. The speeches he gave in the dressing room, everything like that. He was a great coach. Honestly, I think he could deal with being a coach, like a Premier League level coach, Mr. Mark Goldbridge. I think he was great. I think he was a great coach that whole time. Goldbridge ball. They really focused on playing out from the back, focused on strong a strong defensive performance, moving forward and pushing the rest of the players up the field. And then giving creativity and space to that midfield and encouraging people to shoot on sight instead of working it into the box. And that really worked. That really worked. That from Chunks' goal, Philly's goal, some of Nico's goals, it just really worked. It really worked. Even from Baker's goal, he's a centre back scoring a goal like that. Goldbridge ball, man. Like I'm telling, Goldbridge could be a coach. He could be a semi-professional professional coach.
100% reckon he could be. On giving out special shout out to Stephen Tries, his commentary. Look, especially in the green screen when the players were walking on, and he was giving a little message. Look, he's just funny, honestly, and you can't not love a good Stephen Tries commentary. He's always cracking jokes, and it's really good to see.
Yeah, it was funny commentary, to be fair. Yeah, with over 2 million people watching that have commentary like that, I respect that. That was really good.
Exactly right.
Right. Well, that concludes the Tomorrow Sport recap. Braith, I'm gonna hand it over to you to smooth this episode of the podcast to an end.
Yeah, right. So look, probably no one stayed to the end, I guess, unless you want to hear about the Sidemen Charity match. But look, I don't really give a shit. Shout out to everyone that stayed. Shout out to everyone showing support, showing love, just like Blake did in the new love segment. Let us know your thoughts down below of the love segment with Blake Hancock. Should we keep it going? We are anyway, no matter what you say. But yeah, just let us know your thoughts, and yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one, eh?
Sit them up in the booth, 9 to 5, so don't be calling me. Trap phone rings and serve, put her on green, now she can't talk to me. Thought you was the one, now I'm sipping on the car. But you up in my mind, thinking, where did I go wrong?